everyone. Today I have a great pleasure to introduce our new member, Danielle Rossana Thompson. She's Jamaican-American artist. Hi, Danielle. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you as well. And it's great to meet you and talk with you.
What actually happened in your life that you decided to try art as your profession?
Well, my grandmother, she migrated to the US, way before I was born. So we all had the option to, move abroad whenever we saw fit. And I guess when I turned 17, I couldn't really imagine what I wanted to do with my life. So I just decided, okay, let's just make a trip and see how it goes. And I was there for 15 years. I ended coming back home when my brother got sick. So that's my middle brother. I'm the last child, and he was the second of four kids. And so pretty much after he died, I decided to just move back with my parents and have my baby with me. And, we're a lot happier having all this extended family on this. And I think that's also one of the things that kind of pushed me towards doing art professionally. There was a lot of different things that started changing back in 2022 last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that really shook me up a lot. So I painted, I think it's maybe like an 8x10 size canvas of him before his funeral, and I just haven't stopped painting since.
What actually you find that you want to express by using art?
So at first, I think what I was trying to paint was just a lot of emotions that I couldn't quite process. I couldn't kind of pinpoint exactly what I was feeling, but I knew I was feeling a lot of different things at the same time, like anger, hurt, just general feelings that I guess I have been repressing for quite some time, that I didn't quite know that I had. And over time, it kind of evolved into, I remember times when I was younger where I would just think about things and I could either just write a story about it, draw something, or come up with some form of creative interpretation of that idea. And I thought to myself, you know what? Now is the time to start experimenting with that again. So I would say a lot of my work has a little combination of both me trying to interpret my feelings and how I'm kind of perceiving the world as it is right now, and also trying to help others to see my point of view, having them get a better glimpse of, my experiences, my memories, and just trying to connect with others that way.
How about your family? Also, some of them they are artists, or you are the first one who actually decide to start to paint?
So I would say on both sides of my family, there are some artistic abilities, but um, very few of us have kind of taken it seriously. Um, like even my brother, he put down art for a very long time. And as he was getting sicker, he decided, okay, this is a great hobby for me to kind of relax myself and think about something else. So I enjoyed doing that with him. And I actually have a cousin on my father's side who does not painting, but she does crafts. So she repurposes like glasses, glass bottles, anything you can think of into beautiful garden ornaments. And she does that professionally. She gets a lot of orders for her pieces. So I would say I've been surrounded by creativity. There's been some painters in my family as well, but apart from my cousin on my father's side, I'm pretty much the only one who thought, okay, this is the course for me.
So, what did you find now you want to focus on, and what kind of painting techniques you prefer, and what kind of tools you are using?
I don't know if I have one thing that I want to focus on. I just see something cool and I want to try it.
Hmm.
Um, Acrylic pouring has been so much fun that I've just kind of been doing a lot of them because it's just so messy. And even though I kind of have um, a formula that I'm going for, I just feel like you can get something else other than what you were thinking of in that piece, which is really cool. I do want to try some 3D elements, and I've met a lot of really amazing artists down here, and one of them gave me the idea: stretch some fabric on a canvas and paint on the fabric and make your fabric a part of the painting. And he's shown me an example of that. He has some really lovely pieces like that where he took a black piece of fabric with roses and some nice rose leaves. And he's just created some really amazing pieces like that. So that might be my next um, interesting project, I guess.
And in terms of the colors, I when I was looking in your artwork on the Instagram and on the pages, I found like there are kind of combination of the nature and the blue and green color. So is that something which you find that inspire you from Jamaica, or where is that coming from?
My favorite color is green and then blue and then black. So you'll see that a lot in
Yeah.
my pieces. And if you see a deviation of it, um, it's pretty much someone kind of put the idea in my head. Hey, I haven't seen this color, or what do you think about this color? And I'm like, okay, let me just run with it and see how it goes. And I kind of have to kind of push myself out of the blue, green, black family, even though I love it so much. But yeah, you'll see that a lot. Those are my favorite colors. And of course, yes, it's inspired by a lot of what I see. Not just the seas, not just the Caribbean Sea, but
Mhm.
I love the mountains. Um, I'm not that far from the Blue Mountains. Um, I would say there's a little cafe that is in Irish Town. So it's pretty much on the way leaving Kingston.
Mhm.
And when you go to that cafe, it has a really nice view of, the mountains. And that is just so peaceful, and just you feel like you don't want to leave that place. So I kind of want to paint those kind of feelings in my paintings as well. So that kind of bluish hue on the mountains, I love it.
Mhm. And for the people who you suppose are your audience, what kind of feedback you are receiving from them? Like what kind of emotions they have when they are enjoying your artwork, and what is the message you would like them to receive from you, or is just their interpretation?
It's a little mixture of everything, especially my more abstract pieces, the pouring pieces. I was really tickled when someone said that they saw music and they saw a guitar and they saw, people dancing and they saw different things. And I thought to myself, that's exactly what I want. I want there to be some type of personal interpretation, and not just, okay, this is what the artist saw. Um, I do like the conversations that come up when people look at my pieces. I love to talk. I like the human connection. So if I'm able to kind of create that, a conversation, that's more than enough for me. But I will say, like, the onset of joy, I believe a lot of people really did feel that bubbling joy that was coming up. what I was trying to portray with that woman's face. And I really couldn't ask for more. If you can feel the joy in my piece, or if you can feel the sadness in my piece, I'm really happy that someone can interpret that.
Nice. And you mentioned that this favorite place where you get your inspiration, but also like about the Caribbean culture is something which inspire you. So for the people from different parts of the world who are not maybe so familiar with Caribbean culture, what that means for you and how that impact you?
Um, it's such a versatile culture. It's very hard to kind of sum up, but um, there's a warmth and a friendliness, but there's also a prickliness. Um, People in the Caribbean, especially in Jamaica, where I'm from, um, they are very authentic to themselves. They can be very blunt. Sometimes it's too blunt, but it's funny at the same time. So you can kind of take what they're saying with a grain of salt. Other times it's pretty rough, like sandpaper, but um, there's just this authenticness that I love. And the culture itself is as colorful as, some of the clothes we wear. We tend not to do, I would say, a lot of, well, there are people who wear full black, but we tend to like wearing bright colors, bright pinks, blues, greens, especially during the carnival time. People have costumes, different beautiful costumes. So it's a very colorful culture. It's a very bold culture. It's a very unapologetic culture, and it does encourage strong women. So a lot of what I paint, I hopefully get to portray it as strong women, or strong feelings.
Nice. And during the time when you are not painting, what else do you do? I know you have a little son, and you have some hobbies. So can you share about that as well?
I love that pipsqueak. He's 2.5, and he likes to do basically anything I do. I used to play the piano. I know you mentioned your wife plays the piano, and I was really excited to hear that. I stopped about 17 years ago, but my son seems to have picked up my love of creativity and music, and he just can't leave the piano alone. So I've started to pick it up again so that I can teach him, because, if that's where his interests lie, I want to kind of help him out any way that I can. He likes to paint as well, which is really cool. So I'll do watercolors with him. He likes doing that. And also cooking. He likes to cook.
Wow.
And as crazy as that sounds, he's only 2.5, but
yes.
every time I'm in the kitchen, he is so interested in what I have to do that, I have to find little tasks for him to do so he'll feel included. He likes to beat the eggs. He likes to mix the batter. So I do a lot of baking, make ice cream, things like that. My mother has a sweet tooth, so I try to make like little desserts for her, or special dinners, so that they don't have to cook. I just enjoy feeding people, traveling anywhere I can take my son, going to craft fairs, just so I can talk to people just like you that have an interest in art, and make new friends.
We are living in a world where creativity becomes more and more important because of humanity. All these artificial things which are ongoing and make us feel like more like lonely individuals. However, even the creativity, everybody talking, yes, is important to be creative. Yes, it's important to learn children to boost their creativity. However, artists all over the world are facing different challenges. And how is that in your case? Do you feel like these difficulties in life is actually something which maybe even inspire you more to be artists, or there is something you think it should be improved by means of how society can support art?
I think everybody kind of feels it, but you kind of see it more in creatives where you have your good days and your bad days. And it's basically just how you push through the bad days that you get to continue these good days, because there's some days where I can't put down the paintbrush. I feel so creative. Everything is going great. I feel like, I'm on top of the world. And then there's other days where I just want to just stay in bed, not do anything. And my son kind of like gets me up because I know I have to be up for him. So I definitely think there is highs and there's lows. And definitely sometimes, even if you do have a lot of friends or a few friends or, someone that you can actually talk to, you still kind of feel alone. I work from home. So I have a daytime job, and that kind of makes me feel a little bit isolated. And I notice when I work with my hands, I feel happier than when I'm behind a computer screen. And when I don't get to put in as much time as I'd like into my creativity, it definitely makes me feel caged in, boxed in, and just gets me into this mindset of I have so many things that I would rather be doing, or so many things that I want to do, or, if I was a full-time creative, I could have my son around me all the time. So that definitely gets me into a low, but sometimes I kind of have to just stop myself. We're always in this mindset of we need to go, there's not enough time, but sometimes you just really need to slow yourself down and remember that you're not a robot, you're a human being. So you need to allow yourself to feel these things and to just process things and to breathe. And, these things will always be there. They will always be there. There's always going to be anxiety. There's always going to be stress. There's always going to be 1,000,005 things to do. But, you need to not wear yourself down so that you can continue to go on.
Totally. I think, that if you just review like the last 20, 30 years when internet become like something we have to use daily for the life. And then originally idea was like we will have more time because technology can do the jobs, the work, which is kind of repeated things. So we don't have to spend our time on that, and people will have more time to be creative, to spend time with the family, with the kids. But that didn't happen, unfortunately, except some countries on the North Europe, like Scandinavian countries, they introduced four day working week, which is, I think, amazing. So people have more time to spend, as you said, to slow down and to do some other things which they feel inspired with, and then, be creators, not just, robots and, serve the system instead of, be in creators. However, thank you so much for sharing your beginning of the career as an artist. I really enjoy to learn more about your culture and what inspire you. On the Instagram, there is a Caribbeans collection, also YouTube channel, TikTok, and we're going to also share in the video description. So thank you so much, Danielle, for this first interview, and wish you all the best. And please say hello to your son.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, please be free to share it with people who you think might be inspired the same as you, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be in touch for the next videos. Thank you and see you soon.